The Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
From Studio A in sunny Florida, welcome to Beauty and the Beach Radio, where it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. Today's show is brought to you by Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And here's your host and glamour girl, makeup artist, Cindy Goetz.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. We hope you've had a great week. We hope you're having a great summer. We're going to talk about something that is totally related to summer. We have actually two guests on the show today that are two of my faves. They are no stranger to the studio, and it is surprising that they come back because, but I'm not throwing them any shenanigans today. I promise. So guys, I have a question for you. Okay, what does a food condiment, a bus, and the Vero Beach homeless all have in common? Okay, a food condiment, a bus, and the homeless here in Indian River. What do these three things have in common? Are you ready? Drum roll. Okay, Tony Zorba.
All right. All right.
Now,
is that amazing?
Now, if you don't know Tony Zorba, he is the executive director of The Source. He, guys, is turning homelessness into hopefulness. That was good, right?
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
That's pretty good.
So with him is also one of my favorite guests. He is development director at The Source, and that is Jonathan Orozco. People trade. All right. So you guys, thank you for coming back, and you're doing such amazing things in this community. Jonathan, you're all over the map, and I mean U.S., not just Florida, doing some behind-the-scenes work. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Tony, I'm so excited with what you're doing. There's so much to fit into this very short 30-minute show, but we're going to try to tackle it.
Sure.
First and foremost, I have been so intrigued by this little guy that you've been promoting, and it is a sauce. Okay, it is it's not a hot sauce. You did correct me.
Yep.
But you're calling it a food sauce. Mm-hmm. Like you can put it on pretty much any food. Of course, people are definitely gravitating to sauce for wings. Okay.
Yep.
But I did not know. I was going to ask you. The sauce is called Mo sauce. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I found out why in my research, and I love it. Her picture's right here.
Yep.
Tell us about the Mo sauce and how this came about.
Yeah, so it's actually named after our former assistant director, Maureen Archer. She passed away 2 years ago. She had a brain aneurysm. She was with us. She was an amazing lady. She was co-creator of everything that we've done, from food trucks to the buses to our village property. She was an amazing lady, and that sauce is a tribute to her. She loved wings. She loved that was her signature sauce that we came up with. She was from the Caribbean. She was from the Bahamas. So the sauce is a sweet jalapeno pineapple. So it's Maureen.
Spicy.
Yep, it's Maureen. Through and through. And we've won awards all over the state of Florida with that sauce. So we're extremely excited to have our members be part of that process and give them another avenue to make a dignified income and get people off the street and get them into, the homes and make them productive citizens in our community.
So $10 a bottle.
Yes.
You can buy them on your food trucks.
Yep, on our food trucks.
And you are currently working on getting local restaurants to have that in their restaurants.
Correct.
Shout out to my buddy Lee Olson. I read that he is bringing it into Waldo's restaurant where he manages.
Yep, absolutely.
So you'll be able to get some Mo wings.
Yep.
Anywhere else you're looking or you want to promote, or
just any establishment here in Indian River County that's interested in having these bottles in their establishment. Traditionally nonprofits, we're always looking to put on events and we're always looking for sponsorships. This gives us an avenue where somebody can actually have a tangible good that is pretty amazing, that is done by our members locally in our community.
So it's done by your organization, The
Yep.
Source, so
Yep.
by your members,
Yep.
$10 a bottle, and all proceeds go back to your organization.
Absolutely.
So they can produce more bottles and get on their feet.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's pretty cool.
That is super amazing. Guys, if you're not sure of what The Source is, and Tony pretty much is described it, but guys, it began in 1995, originally serving the needy by offering free meals and Bible study from a 600 square foot storefront. The Source, thanks to Tony, has now grown into a 5,000, probably more since this was written, but grown into a 5,000 square foot outreach facility. They are open, guys, 7 days a week, addressing the complex needs of the poor and the homeless in the Indian River County. So today, guys, we are talking about the Source's two of their dignity programs, okay? They have actually 7, and I'm sure they're going to add more because every time I see Tony, there's another dignity
No,
program,
that's it.
right?
That's it. I'm tapped out. That's it.
Maybe radio dignity,
Yeah,
right?
That's it. That's it. I can't do anymore.
Oh my gosh. So here are the 7. We've got Dining with Dignity. We have Dignity Food Trucks, Dignity Catering, Dignity Jobs, Dignity Village, Dignity Smiles, by the way. The guy that just got his new smile. Love him.
Yeah, Tommy Lee.
Love him.
Yep.
He's such a sweetie.
Yep.
And boy, does his smile look great.
Yep.
Dignity Bus. So we just talked about the Dignity Food Truck because that really, the Mosos kind of is, I mean, it can collaborate with your catering as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is actually helping the people coming through the catering system, through your culinary system.
Yep.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a pretty nice size budget that we operate out of. It's a little over $2 million a year that we operate from. But at least 30% of our operating budget comes from our members that are producing, from catering, food trucks to Mosos to members paying for buses, for us, selling buses, for us providing affordable housing to people in the community. We're able to, produce and generate ourselves, which is what you want to do. You want to be self-sustaining within the community.
Right. We're going to talk about the Dignity Bus in just a minute, but what is it, Tony, that you feel has, and I kind of know the answer, but I want people to hear this because we talk so much off air, but what, and Jonathan, feel free to chime in because you're seeing it from a different perspective as well, but, what has created this absolute success to the Source within, say, the last 5 to 10 years or 5 years even? What's been the key ingredients to make this so successful? Getting the homeless,
Yeah, absolutely. So the first and foremost is that we put Christ first, right? We do not compromise to be recognized for any of that. I've been all over the country. I've spoken all over the country, and people always want to, point towards me. And I said, there's no power in my name. There's only power in his name, right? And my goal is to always lead people to him and let him do what he does, right? And I think that's the biggest, piece for us is that, if we truly believe that he will, handle all of our everything that we need and our greatest need, we have to give it to him. And that's what we do. Everything that we do points towards him. It's not mandatory. We don't expect people to do it. But once people start to see that this is possible, they're like, well, I want some of that. I want to be part of that. Well, I want a job. I want to move into housing, and they start to see that they can live a life of abundance just like all of us.
Sure. You give them value.
We do.
You give them value. You give them purpose.
Yep.
Jonathan, what's your take on that?
Well,
Watching
actually,
your success.
you just kind of mentioned what I was going to say, which is that, we really took a spin on what a lot of nonprofits do, and you might have heard in the past, it's not a handout, but a hand up. And we looked at that and we said, well, we're really not even that, because we really see the value that our members have. And so we are a hands-in organization. So every single person has to have their hands in, from the community at large to our funders to the government and the members themselves doing the services and doing everything that they're doing day to day. So, that is probably one of the biggest reasons that I came on board, because I saw that from a very different perspective.
Okay, this is totally squirreling, but if anybody, because I did a tour at the organization when I came to check out your bus, and I was so impressed with all the amazing programs that you have for your members. If somebody wants to tour, is that allowable, acceptable?
Sure.
How do you do that? Because I feel if people truly understood what you did, it would blow their mind.
Yeah, absolutely. If they just get in contact with Johnny will set up tours for individuals, or they could just stop by Commerce Avenue. We have an amazing operations director, Jade, who runs Commerce Avenue. And, when people step foot on our property, it's really feels like a community center.
Sure.
Right? And we have many of our members who are earning a dignified income will enjoy giving tours. They want to show off what they're doing.
Sure. I want to take 1 minute before we talk about the bus to kind of do a bird's eye view of what we just talked about.
Sure.
Because I know when I walked in, I really had the old mindset of feed them at lunch, which was the old way.
Yep.
That was the old source that I knew.
Yep.
And then pretty much closed up until the next day, feed them at lunch, and that's it. Well, you are... first of all, you have the bus, which we're going to talk about, and they spend $1 or $2 to get on the bus.
It's $2 to get on.
So they do have to put a little equity into that. And then you've got somebody that used to be homeless that now washes all the sheets from the bus.
Yep.
Okay, they worked their way up, so now they have a job doing that.
Yep.
You've got a little place where people are assembling products for a local business, and they're getting paid real money.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You have new items that they can purchase with their bucks. I don't know. I'm not sure what you call it.
Source bucks.
Source bucks.
Yep.
That from different things that they do, not the job, but different chores. Maybe if I'm saying that right.
Or they attend a class, or any volunteer that sees somebody going above and beyond can hand out source bucks, and they can use those for prescriptions. Gas vouchers.
I think even bicycles.
Brand new stuff. New stuff.
Yes.
So we want them to. We've noticed that if they purchase it themselves, they have more ownership of it.
Absolutely.
Right, and then they get to go to Walmart and pick out which color they want, what size they want.
Cool.
Right, and it's theirs.
Yeah.
And there's more ownership to that.
Yeah.
Right. So everything that we do requires that hand-in process.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, it was I'll feed you and clothe you, but if you want any of this extra stuff, you better help out around the house. And that's what they do. They're so excited to be able to participate in their community. This is their community.
And speaking of community, that's a key word. That's something very important to you to establish. And I want them to know that aside from just the essentials of food and water and basics like sleeping, you have karaoke. You have bingo. You have
art
crafts.
therapy.
Yes. So it's just really impressive that what you're doing to give them the building blocks to come back and be, someone that can serve our community and feel valued.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's pretty magical. Yeah.
It is.
So, okay, speaking of magical, the magic bus. So you have something called the Dignity Bus, okay?
Yep.
And you, no pun intended, rolled that out. How many years ago, the first one?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yep.
Since then, we are now on our 5th bus, okay? You had a mayor out in Utah come with her husband after her vacation to actually look at one of the buses here to see if it's something they could model in Utah. So it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Tell the audience what this bus does and why it's so significant. Either one of you.
I'll let Johnny take that
Absolutely.
because Johnny was actually instrumental in this Utah project.
Excellent. Tell us, if no one has known about this Dignity Bus from day one, what is it? Why is it so significant to our population?
Yeah, so for us, just going back in time to before we had the bus, we had a need for shelter. And what we found was everywhere that we went to look, things weren't zoned right, the buildings weren't correct for us. There's just problem after problem. So we looked at creative solutions for how can we provide shelter beds that are comfortable, that are safe for people, that people could feel dignified sleeping on, and do that in our community quickly. And so when we came up with the Dignity Bus, these are buses that have from 16 to 20 beds. And
I want people to understand, these are not school buses. These are like large chartered buses that you see musicians in.
Like tour buses.
Yes,
Yep.
they are
Yeah, exactly. So if you think of, the pods that might be on a fancy train that you would go across the country on, those are the kind of quality that we're providing. Mm-hmm. And we're doing all of that by utilizing our members who have amazing skills in carpentry and electrical and all of these amazing things in their past. And we're using those individuals to build these buses. So the first bus that we built had 20 beds on it. And that was an amazing thing for us because it provided so many sleeps throughout the year. In the second bus, we had 16 beds, which is huge for us because we had a waiting list every single night. And then we built a bus for Rhode Island, and they came on board and they did that with us. And then that's been operational. And then we have a bus in Chicago. And then now we realize that, again, we're back to having a waiting list here in Vero. And so we came up with this newest bus. But we created this one a little bit different because we have so many organizations that ask us for buses, but they don't have what the Source has. They don't have, a place to do laundry. They don't have a place to do all the things that take care of everything that we can do in our facility. So this one actually has running water. It has a laundry system underneath that does laundry, and it does the dryer. It does everything that they would need to be completely turnkey for a community that could buy it.
Impressive.
So this is an amazing bus for us to do that. And then now we have communities all across the country, and we were talking even earlier, some communities across internationally who are asking about our buses.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
The special part about this last bus was it was purchased and donated by a lady in tradition who just called us out of the blue. Never was a donor to us, never really knew us. And the phone call got transferred to me, and she said, I don't know how I heard about the bus, but I want to be part of this project. So we brought her in, and we've been working with her and her family, and the foundation made a substantial donation for us to do this project for the 5th bus. And when we launch it on the 28th of August, the special part about this bus is that everyone that we have has a picture of Jesus on this bus. This new bus has a picture of Jesus turned around, walking away, holding hands of a little boy. And it has a little red cardinal on Jesus's shoulder. And the reason for that was because she lost her son to an overdose, to a drug overdose. And then she recently lost her husband, had passed away. And he said before he passed away that whenever you see a red cardinal, it's me. So we were very strategic with Jesus is walking away with her son and has a cardinal on his shoulder. So this actual lady came into the bus during the build, and she said, I want to paint scripture prayers under every bunk because I want every single person who sleeps on these beds to have somebody praying for them.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was really, really special. So again, everything that we're doing is getting so close and so intentional that, it's not just, hey, we got $50,000 from the government that said, hey, build these buses.
Sure.
These are people that really believe in humanity and want the best for people.
Absolutely. Woof. All right, we got to go to a station break. Before we do, I want to make sure people know some important dates. So you just mentioned the 5th Dignity Bus launch, which is going to be super special with Jesus and the Cardinal and the little boy. That's August 28th, 11 a.m. at Women's Club, which is right downtown. And you can RSVP to Jonathan Orozco at iamthesource.org. You've got Hidden Faces coming up. Great event. That's October 3rd. And you want to RSVP for that. And then the Night of Hope.
Yeah, it's going to be special.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty special.
So we're going to do another show on Night of Hope. We really want you there, but definitely put down August 28th, October 3rd. We have to go to a station break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Sturgis Lumber is the county's most trusted hardware store. Sturgis stocks stainless steel products, power tools, construction and painting supplies, propane, plumbing, and electrical parts. 4645 US 1 Vero Beach. Sturgis Lumber and Hardware.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Now during our summer sale, you can save 10 to 50% store-wide on furniture in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, Capri, and more. Sofas, love seats, dining sets, bedroom groups, all in stock for immediate delivery. We're also the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Garden, Hollywood, and Kingsley Bait. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Come in now for our store-wide summer sale, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture.
It's hurricane season. Prune your trees now with Scott Tree Services. Strengthen your trees against high winds and remove broken limbs that could cause damage. Don't get nervous. Call Scott Tree Services.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. Well, it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. And we want to thank Dale Sorensen Real Estate for making sure that we are on air. They've been family owned since 1978. Whether you're buying or selling, definitely give them a call. You can find them at 772-231-4712 or SorensenRealEstate.com. We also want to thank Varietals and More. Rob and Michelle, they're so good to us. They always make sure we have beverages for our guests. So go see them on Royal Palm Point. That's Varietals and More with Rob and Michelle. And if you mention Beauty and the Beach Radio, they will give you a 10% discount. Yay! So, okay, thank you, Dale Sorensen Real Estate and Varietals and More. You guys, we're wrapping it up. We are wrapping it up with Jonathan and Tony with The Source. And gosh, there's so much to talk about. But, you know, in wrapping it up, with all that you're doing, Jonathan, Tony, you know, what do you want to say to the audience right now about The Source and its mission and what's going on over there? What do you want to say to everybody?
So I just want to say to everybody that these are real people that are going through real things. You know, many individuals are struggling with many different things, not just mental illness or addiction. You know, the biggest thing that they struggle with is community and a lack of a loss of family. And that's the biggest thing that we do. One of the things that we didn't shout out is Community Works. We got Community Works that are out there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Actually, tomorrow they'll be at the historical building downtown at the train depot.
Okay.
They'll be power washing that building for them so that they can get ready for painting. We're putting people back to work within our community and giving them a purpose.
Sure.
And if anybody's out there and they see anybody, you know, everybody wants to know that they feel appreciated.
Yeah.
Just beep your horn, give them a shout out, say,
Yeah.
you know, we see you,
Yeah.
and thank you for all the work that you do.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Jonathan?
I just wanted to really thank the team at King's Baptist because that's where we're going to be putting our 5th and the 3rd one here in Vero, Dignity Bus. So that's going to be a really instrumental partnership for us because we'll be able to grow that and continue to provide beds every single night. Because as you know, you've been to The Source, we don't really have that much parking there.
I know. I said on commercial break, I'm like, where are all these buses? Because The Source has a very small parking space. So
Yeah. So that's going to be an amazing partnership and is going to provide so many beds. I think we're going to be up to 13,000 sleeps every single year.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. You guys, we need to wrap it up, but if you want some sauce for your wings this summer, get yourself some Mo sauce.
Yeah, some Mo sauce.
Right there, you can probably just go to The Source if you're curious.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got a few bottles over there.
We do.
Or
We do.
if you see their food truck, just go ahead and add it to your order. It's only $10. You're going to love it. And if you know of a restaurant or even a little like deli mart that might want something special right here in Vero Beach that's produced here and helps The Source, give them a shout. Tony or Jonathan right there at The Source. And what phone number or website?
Yep, 772-564-0202 or IamTheSource.org.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
Thank you.